Oh my god, guys, it's the moment we've all been waiting for ever since there were rumors that there was going to be motion controls with the Wii. Ever since Nintendo had a bunch of consoles that had styluses and touch screens on them. The most sought after game in the history of sought after games. It's finally here. Mario Paint for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System on the Nintendo Switch Online, or is it called Nintendo Classics Now, app. This is all we wanted, right guys? This is why we bought the Switch too. This is why we wanted the mouse feature so we can play Mario Paint. Hands on the side of my head with my mouth dropped down all the way. Biggest news ever! Look, I've been thinking a lot about what I'm doing, and I've realized that when Nintendo does you right, you gotta give them credit. And at the end of the day, Nintendo's doing us right now. And you can tell they're doing us right because everybody is just so excited for Mario Paint on the Super Nintendo. I realize that a lot of you new Nintendo fans that bought the Switch 2, realistically speaking, came from Sony or PC, so you probably painted on your Microsoft Office Paint before. This is very similar to that. And it's a big deal because a lot of people that are excited about this game spent their summers playing Swatter. And we have so many fond memories and so much nostalgia for this. You know, give it up for Nintendo. Give it up for them. They finally gave us what we want. I've been waiting for this. We got it, guys. We got it. So I was thinking about a few things while watching the trailer for Mario Paint. Number one, the guy that was narrating it actually felt like he wanted to do his job, actually felt like he wanted to connect with the people that were watching. I gotta give him some credit. Maybe after everybody's just been feeling like everybody at Nintendo is a corporate robot, they're like, let's shake it up a little bit. It's no Iwata and Reggie and Miyamoto puppet show, but we're getting there, maybe. But number two, I want you guys to pay very close attention to just how hyped up this is, and how hyped up it's going to be over the course of the next few days. Every single Nintendo channel is going to be posting about Mario Paint. They're going to be talking about how amazing it is. They're going to be talking about how the mouse controls feel phenomenal on it. And naturally, depending on the age of the content creator that is making said video, you'll see different levels of enthusiasm. If they are old farts like myself, they will literally make this feel like it is the app on the Nintendo Switch 2. Like, this is what we've been waiting for. We don't even need a July Direct anymore. As long as we've got Super Mario Paint and we can put our Joy-Con sideways and play Swatter and color and make animations, then we got everything that we need. That's gonna be the tone of voice for those guys. And you know, depending on where they sit on the griftometer, they might even bring up some emotional story about something that didn't happen 30 years ago and how it reminds them of that, and just give you all those warm and cuddly feels that you expect. If they're channels with self-respect, they might just mention it and just be like, yeah, this is pretty cool. Let's talk about it for 5-10 minutes and move on. And then the younger folks, you'll see something similar, depending on where they sit on the griftometer. They're either going to pretend this was a game that they played all summer at their uncle's house, so even though it's like 15 years older than them, they feel like it was genuinely something they grew up with because they know that you're going to click on it and watch the video, so they're going to lie to your face. Or what's going to be more realistic is a lot of them are going to be like, yeah, this is cool, but it's just paint. I haven't seen so many millennials this excited about pointing something since going to the Hogwarts attraction at Universal Studios. But that's the thing, though. That's just how Nintendo works. They're just like, hey, remember that game you played as a kid? You know, that game that you've been asking for 5 to 10 to 20 years, and you've been saying, release it and port it, but here. And then there's just like a quick silence before everybody jumps up in the air and celebrates. It's Mario Paint, folks. The Switch 2 is worth it. Sorry, this is just one of the dumbest overreactions and overhyped things I've ever seen in my life. It has been, less than 2 hours since this trailer was uploaded, and the amount of posts, the amount of comments, the amount of reactions, the amount of glazing I've seen on this, I genuinely pray that it is bots and marketers and not real people. But the sad reality is it probably is real people, and I don't know if they feel it, like they're actually genuine about it, because it's a bit over the top. I'm kind of hoping it's just them trying to create some hype because people are dying down on the Switch 2 stuff and nobody's really excited about anything as much anymore. So then all the Nintendo fans all over the world gotta hold hands and hype everybody up for Paint. Like, look, don't get me wrong. Mario Paint is cool. It's available on Switch 1 NSO. I don't know if my year expired yet. I know I didn't renew it yet, but I might have another month in there. So technically, I could grab my Switch 1 and try it out now. I'm pretty sure there's a USB mouse around me somewhere I can use, in part because I don't have the Joy-Con 2s, but even if I had the Joy-Con 2s, I don't really want to get carpal tunnel using those things. Like, the game is fine, but you can tell we're still close enough to the launch of the Nintendo Switch 2, and there's really not that much excitement going on with the Nintendo Switch 2, because they're really pushing the snooze right now. And look, don't get me wrong, I think naysayers are pushing things the opposite end too. You notice how every single YouTuber has to talk about how Mario Kart is dead right now, seemingly all at the same time, because like one big guy said it, so now they all gotta follow along. Whether they believe it's actually dead or not doesn't make a difference. They're just like, oh, that's what they're talking about, I gotta talk about that too. But the point is that it's a very slow week right now, and everybody is waiting for that Direct so they can have content to talk about. But thank the heavens above, there is now 2 pieces of news that they can talk about. Not only do they have the Microsoft Paint update, I just realized I said Microsoft and not Mario that time. Same thing. But they also got a update for the Switch 2. It's at 2.3.0 right now. And if you were wondering, no, you didn't get folders, and no, you couldn't sort by anything. It's just more stability into the console because, you know, after so many years of the exact same firmware coming out, and with the complexities all over this console, and the dynamic nature of the home menu for the Switch 1 and the Switch 2, we always need more stability. Gotta keep things stable. Anyway, I actually don't have much to talk about for this one. Like I said, it's just, I thought it was hilarious the amount of reactions that this thing is getting, and I wanted to get in on the discussion before everybody else does. I want you guys to keep your eyes just nice and wide open about the type of content that's going to come around following this video, following the Microsoft Paint. Gosh, there's gonna be like streams, and there's gonna be like memories, and it's gross. I mean, the people's memories aren't gross. If they're genuine, that's one thing. But it's like the endless need for excitement to chase what's hyped around on the internet. And clearly right now, Mario Paint is going to be considered as big as Mario Kart World in a few minutes. If it isn't already, because the algorithm's got an algorithm, you know? Anyway, I'm going to go back to playing Donkey Kong 64, obviously. I actually jumped into it straight after playing Banjo-Kazooie instead of making the Banjo-Kazooie retrospective first. I just took a bunch of notes, but I enjoyed Banjo so much that I wanted to get into Donkey Kong immediately. And I gotta say, playing Donkey Kong with the Tag Anywhere hack has made it one of the best platformers for the Nintendo 64. I highly recommend it. And if you want more details of my opinion on Banjo and Donkey Kong, keep an eye on NintenDeen Plus over the course of the next 2 or 3 weeks. Might take me a little bit longer. These are longer games, and my videos over there are pretty long. But I'll have some nice deep dive retrospectives into those titles. Either way, I just wanted to quickly get this video out there just for the laughs, you know? Let's have some fun. I'm not saying there's not going to be a Direct. Lord knows that tomorrow morning Nintendo could be like, hey, Direct tomorrow, and that's it. But if this ends up being the Nintendo Direct that was promised, the July Direct that everybody's been hyping up and talking about, ooh, there will be more fun to be had. I promise you that. We'll see. Either way, I'm out for the night. Thank you for listening. I will catch you on the next one.